The only guy that does a full port CPI. Not sustainable. Why is the stream an hour early? Hugo, daylight savings time. It's 9 a.m. Daylight savings time in the U.S. So we moved our clocks forward an hour. Got to bring the bald back, man. I feel like it doesn't look too bad. I got a decently shaped head. Juiced. How'd that go, man? How'd that full port go? Yeah, a lot of people got cooked on CPI because it didn't really do what it normally does. Usually you get this big move in one direction like that, or a move in that direction, and then it kind of just went right back to where it was. So I'm sure it wicked people in, and then just went right back. Whoever was taking a long off of market structure prior to CPI and targeting London highs, they did well. Made 702 seconds. Boom. There you go. Yeah, I don't play games with that. I did start to take a trade on the afterglow on my 150K take profit accounts. I was targeting, let's see here. I was targeting this 900 level. There was a big stack of orders on Bookmap, and I got in a bad entry. I'm down 175 right now, but I mean, I have like 5,000 a drawdown in these accounts, so I'm not that worried about it. I immediately closed it because the Bookmap was started to look weird. Why was CPI so early today? It was at 8:30. A lot of news events happening at 8:30. Only full port CPI to quickly pass evals, but I had enough PA, so I didn't need to. Yeah. Bro, I passed full port CPI, and now I'm up 150 on the funded. Don't push your luck. Risk 250 made 1K. Nice. Red Woody, I don't know how many times you've traded CPI, but I can tell you from experience that sometimes, even if you have a stop loss set and you have a fixed amount like 250, sometimes it moves so fast, man, that stop loss would get blown right through, and by the time it closes the order, that 250 is actually closer to 1,000. I've had that happen several times. When I first started trading, I used to try to do full ports on news events like that, and I can tell you from experience that that can happen. I mean, I get it. I get the full porting CPI. If you're constantly passing evals and taking payouts, and you just need to you're looking to scale to another firm and throw some evals quickly into the rotation, I get the appeal. I've wasted so much money in the past trying to do that that I just don't even risk it anymore. I agree with that, Jose. I agree with that. How long have you been trading? I think I'm at 5 years now. Over 4 years, but I think I'm right at 5 years. I think this January, end of January, was 5 years. What finally clicked when you became profitable? I would say that once you lose that feeling of almost like an anxiety feeling where you're trying to force this stuff to work, you just come to the realization that it will work if you allow it. Learn how to be patient, and you learn that you don't always have to click the button. Those are some major steps in making progress. No, I don't trade news events. I'm new here. What do you trade in terms of strat? I use ICT to make sense of market structure, but I rely heavily on order flow and momentum from Bookmap. And if you're unfamiliar with what Bookmap is, it's level 2 data software. So it's this stuff right here. We're getting a strong push right there. Most likely we're targeting this data wick high unless it just turns around for some reason. So I don't know if I should sell signals or leverage 2K to do. Okay, what do you think? If you should sell signals? I mean, if you're making enough money trading yourself, there's no reason to. I mean, I guess there is always a reason to make more money, but I feel like I could sell stuff. I could do that kind of thing, but I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to be known as a seller of products. I just want to trade, try to help people. Fibs are valid, yeah. How's the Pinto? Pinto's holding up, man. Going strong. Do you think this month's price action was so-so? I've been doing well, man. I'm up 27,000 on this month so far. 27, is that where I am? 26, 26.3. Would be up a lot more if I had followed my rules this past Friday, but it's all good. I do, yeah, Luis, I do. Same username, ChristianTrades Live. Can you show how you mark up your chart? Yeah, Leah, there's a video on my TikTok that I show, but I can give you a quick explanation. I use the ICT kill zone and pivots indicator. You go to the hourly chart, and I use the ray tool. So you see these different key levels, session highs. I use the ray tool. First thing I do is I drop a vertical line here so that I can make all these symmetrical. And then I drag each of these to the line. And as you're dragging, you can hold shift and it'll make the line perfectly straight. So if it's like bent around like this, just hit the shift key while you're still clicking your mouse and it'll straighten the line up. And then I turn that indicator off. I usually drop down to the 5 minute and then I make sure all of these are actually lined up with a wick. You can see how sometimes like these aren't lined up. I'll make sure that all of these are lined up because I'm OCD about being neat. See how this is like slightly off. Can you show us your kill zones? Mine are different than what some other people do. I know some people do like London from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. To me, I don't necessarily do that. I like to spread mine exactly to 8 a.m. because technically the London session goes from 3 a.m. Eastern time to noon Eastern time. But I cut it off when I turn on the New York AM session at 8 a.m. So I do New York AM session from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Lunch from 12 p.m. to 1, and New York PM session from 1300 to 1700, 1 to 4, or 1 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. But a lot of people do New York PM from 1:30 to 4. So if you're following strict ICT teachings, these are not the same times, but this is what I use, and it works well for me. Did your CPI hit? I don't trade CPI, man. I don't do that. I don't risk it. What's up, man? KVN, how's it going? Coffee then Zen or other way around? Same time, man. What are you doing? I throw in a little bit of that while I'm down in the espresso. It's the only way to really get the engine moving. That's an ultimate cold start method right there. The name of the indicator is ICT kill zone and pivots. If you can see that. It's not for the weak though, Kyle. You got to be careful. Make you a little queasy if you're not careful. If you're not used to it. I got a steel trap for the most part. How long you been in the gym, bro? 18 years. Off and on. Consistently now for the past 4 years. I appreciate that. Is it Isaac? Appreciate that, man. How I can work on trading confidence. Lower your sizing and trust your, if you've back tested a strategy and it works, trust your data. And if you're having issues holding on to trades, it's probably because you're oversized. So work on potentially lowering your sizing. And if you just can't get yourself to allow a trade to play out, walk away. Open the trade, immediately set your stop loss, then set your take profit level. Make it reasonable. You don't need to be sitting here, taking massive, looking for 150 point trades. Set your levels and walk away. Come back later. That can get you in a habit of just allowing things to play out. They do. The pouches make you profitable. Thought I was 28. I just turned 33. Do you trade funded or live? I have a live account with AMP. I have not traded it this year. I've taken 2 trades on it this year. But I had a really rough January. And so I'm almost there, but I've been building back up. And when I feel comfortable, I'm taking, consistent payouts again, which I'm basically there. Then I'm going to start also trading my live account again. Aaron, what's up, man? Claudio, what up? Unk status unlocked. I just subscribed, bro. I have a question. I think I've recently had the realization that I just need to let the trade show up and not force it. You just said that when you became that's a good realization, because that's the truth, man. You can't force things. There are some days where your trading setup is not going to present itself, and this is the other thing. Everybody wants to copy other people, and I think that's good. Like there are things that work for other people that are universal, but at the end of the day, in order to become a successful trader, you're going to have to do what works best for you mentally and stick to that. The biggest thing about trading is mitigating risk, knowing when, cutting your losers short and letting your winners run. And whatever strategy you can develop that allows you to do that, stick to that. Don't listen to other people talking crap. If you trade ICT, if you trade trend lines, if you trade supply and demand, if you trade order flow and momentum, if you trade a combination of some of those strategies, stick to it. Have a set of rules that prevent you from losing too much money and allow your winners to be bigger than your losers. And don't deviate, and don't allow other people's opinion to influence you to strategy hop. How much do you recommend starting a live account with? You could start a live account with as little as like $500 to trade 1 micro. I don't recommend that. I think that you should have at least 5,000 in there to really be effective. Claudio, what's up, man? You gonna trade after CPI? Yeah, I am. I didn't do a CPI trade. I tried to get a little bit of a short in here. I was actually short on this wick right here, trying to target these lows, because that's what it was. Actually, I was targeting the 24,900 level, and ended up closing the trade because it looked sketchy. I'm glad I did. I only lost $175. I was trading 3 of my 150K funded take profit accounts. So yeah, I'm definitely searching for some trades here. This isn't Forex, so it's not a pair. This is NASDAQ futures. Depends on which account I'm trading top at. With my take profit accounts, they're 150K accounts. I have slightly over 5,000 in drawdown in them right now. I'll risk anywhere from 500 to 1,000 on a trade. And that's a little aggressive, but with the win rate that I have and the profit factor that I have, I think that's a decent risk. Some people would say that's way too much, but it works for me. You got cooked by CPI? No, I didn't. You know why I didn't? Because I don't trade CPI. I don't trade news events like that. I don't participate in the shenanigans. How long after the market opens do you usually look for entries? When they present themselves. I think it's best to let the market tell you what direction it wants to go and then try to hop on the wave rather than trying to predict. Which book is best about mindset? Best Loser Wins is a good trading book. Trading in the Zone's a good one. Get your phone. Trading in the Zone's a good one. 48 Laws of Power outside of trading. 48 Laws of Power is a good book. It's a little bit different. How to Win Friends and Influence People, another great book. Meditations, Marcus Aurelius. That's a good one for just overall mindset about life and friendships. And I cut mine off at 8 a.m. Other people cut theirs off at 5 a.m. Eastern time. I cut mine off at 8 though. I do manually mark that out. I use an indicator to show me where they are, and then I use the rate tool to mark them out. So I have an indicator that shows that, and then I use the rate tool. And I have preset templates with all those highs and lows. I appreciate that, AZ. 7 Habits for Highly Successful People is a good book. Yeah, that is a good book. New York AM is from me, Aaron. It's from 8 a.m. Eastern time until 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. till lunchtime. What firm are you talking about? iTrap Good? It sounds like you're Tradeify, so you're talking about you can either do the top step. I have no idea. Is that a blue Raven shirt? No, I think this is a golf brand. I don't even know. Do you get bored of trading? You should definitely get bored of trading. It's not supposed to be a constant dopamine hit. You're doing it right. If you're getting bored and it is boring, it means you're doing it right. Have you heard the book, The Millionaire Next Door? I'm reading it. It's changed my mindset. I have not. I'll check that out, though. I don't golf. I did when I was younger, and I want to get back into it, but I have not golfed in a long time. I hit balls at the range, but I haven't played probably since I was like 8 or 9. Yeah, that's a good stage to be in, man. If you're at the stage where it's getting boring, It should be. I posted a video about this last night. I think a lot of people, they do this because they're bored or they're chasing dopamine. That shouldn't be the case. Yeah, I would love to do that, Kyle. Saw your TikTok from yesterday and picked up a Bible for the first time in my life. That's big, Kenny. I'm glad to hear that, man. It's going to change your life, dude. To me, that's more important than anything to do with trading or anything else, because that's an eternal decision you're making. Got the VWAP at 25,005 up here. What's up, Zach? How's it going, man? Congrats on some sobriety. Always. Yeah, I looked down bad in that vodka video. That was a daily thing, man. Would always buy 3 of those typically when I would go, because I could drink 2 of them in the day, and then about half of the third one. And if I did it right, I would have enough left when I woke up to tie me over until I can make it back to the liquor store. Definitely not a way to live. It's going, working on another eval. Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady. Any trade you're looking to take? I'm waiting for the market to open. We got 7 minutes and 30 seconds, basically. What's your daily routine? I wake up about 6 o'clock every single day, including on the weekends. I try to stick to that. I eat a meal around 6:15. I pray as soon as I get up. I make my bed. I try to read my Bible as soon as I get up as well. Those are the first couple of things that I do. And I'm in school right now, so I have class typically. So I sit down on the charts roughly around 8 o'clock, start charting, listening to the news, reading different articles. I go work out sometime in the afternoon. It depends on which day, what my schedule is for that day, because I have classes on different days. So I like to go in the afternoon after I've had a couple meals. I'm in bed by 9 o'clock and try to be asleep by 10. My man sipping on a twisted tea at 9:22. No, man. It's a limoncello LaCroix. Love you too, man. Appreciate that. Freshly shaved? Yeah, can't you tell? Entered a trade on crude, thought it was a micro. Within a second, I made 1,000. Classes you taking? This semester. I'm taking a pretty easy load, man. I'm taking a statistics course. It's basically a coding course, using coding to analyze statistics. Taking a busy. They require you, regardless of what you transfer in, they require you to take a busy 100 course, so a business 100 course. A couple other like philosophy courses and some other just really filler courses. This is pumping here. Is the open gonna rip? How long you been doing that routine? 4 years, basically. Pretty much 4 years. My major is economics currently. I'm trying to get into the business school to switch over to finance. That's why I take this Busy 100 course. They require it in order to apply to the business school. Same with the statistics course. Go to UNC Chapel Hill. Everett, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. You're going to be retired before you even finish school. That would be nice. I am ready to be done, man. Why are you going to college if you're doing well with trading? That's a great question. When I started down the path of going to college and finishing college, I was not doing well with trading. I had a community college 2.5 years ago. So that was about 2.5 years into my trading, and I wasn't really making a whole lot of money yet. I mean, I had taken a couple payouts, or excuse me, I had taken a couple withdrawals because I was trading Forex. But I had lost a lot more than I had made. So it wasn't even on my mind that that would potentially be something that I was going to make a lot of money with. Shout out CCC. It wasn't until last year that trading progressed to the point where I'm like, this is something that I need to really lock down and take seriously, because I can make a tremendous amount of money doing this. And there's unlimited freedom with it. I mean, you can do it from anywhere in the world. You got no boss. It only takes a couple hours out of your day, then you can go on and do something else. You know, so if you have other businesses or other commitments, it frees you up to do all that. I still haven't taken a payout, but my friends have. It's a struggle. Don't compare, man. I know that's hard. That's easier said than done. I'm guilty of it too, but your journey is yours. You'll get there. As long as you keep showing up and improving on a daily basis, you will get there. You want to see Bookmap on NQ? We're just pumping right here. Did you full port CPI? No, I don't do that, man. I don't participate in that. Market open here in a minute and 15 seconds. No, this program is not just for order flow traders. It's a good question. I would highly recommend implementing this regardless of what strategy you're trading, because it can give you added, just more information to use in your decision making. So if you're trading ICT, let's say you were here's a good example. Here's an ICT setup. I was eyeballing this on ES. You had a breaker, you had a sweep, you had all these setups here that, you know, confluences, if you will, that justify taking a trade. And you could have used the Bookmap to see, okay, are there orders underneath here that we could potentially blow through this breaker and go lower? And so that's how you would use it. You can use it just to know, or where you're going to put your stop. Let's say there's a stack of orders. Let's say that there was a stack of orders just inside of this breaker, but nothing underneath it. You could have put your stop like right here, you know, and it would have saved you from getting stopped out. You can use it for all kinds of different trading. Look at that pump. Unreal. How many points was that? Holy cow. So, looked like more than that. Only 56 points. I definitely thought it was more than that. TP hit, boom. Do you have a code for Bookmap? I do. If you click, there's a link in my Discord inside of the prop firm tab. There's a link for the Bookmap, and then you use code CWT as well. You get 20% off the first month for just the Bookmap subscription. They don't allow us to give discounts for the data. So the data is like $35, and then the Bookmap is going to be about 80. I'd have to visualize that. That's a good question. I would have to visualize that, and it would also depend on how the market has been moving. You know, if it's been super wicky, you would probably lower your sizing and give a wider berth for your stop. But there's a lot of factors that it would depend on. Does it always go to the orders? Another good question. Not always, but there are days where it is doing that to a T. It's going directly to those orders, creating momentum through those orders and going higher or lower. And those are the days where I do some serious damage. I take some money out of the market those days. But you got to know, that's why it's important to watch pre-market and then watch the open to see if that's how it's going to behave. Yesterday was a day where it was rejecting. You would leave these big stacks of orders behind and reject before it absorbed them. Those are days that I just should not trade. I've seen your comments, man. I don't like banning people, but chill out. Oh, verse of the day. Yeah. Big stack at 25,100, but it doesn't seem like it keeps rejecting right below it. Deuteronomy 7:9. The Lord your God is God. He is a faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commands. I like this one. John 10:11. I am the good shepherd that lays down his life for the sheep. Did you trade CPI now? How's Lazarus doing this fine day? Lazarus is doing well, man. He's doing very well. He's looking good, feeling better. I actually read that one earlier this morning. Mac, what's up, man? Pass my funded. Very nice, man. Very nice. I'd be patient here. There's orders, a lot of orders flashing above us here. I could be wrong, but I think we still want room. I think we still have room to the upside here. Yeah, yeah. These orders at 100 on NQ. Yeah, just barely. Yep, just took those orders at 100. Very nice, man. Up 4K across 2 accounts, just locked myself out. Discipline. That's where we are on the 5-minute chart. What are some things you learned from PJ Trades? Psychological. He is so good at helping people approach the charts from a healthy psychological standpoint, man. He helped me tremendously with that. Patience, realizing that you don't always have to click the button, watching his example of how he trades, just approaching the charts with a professionalism that you don't get from a lot of other people. That's the biggest thing I got from him. I was already well versed in the ICT concepts that he trades, but seeing how he takes those concepts and executes them with a level of discipline and professionalism was what I needed, what I was struggling with. Yeah, data highs still haven't been touched on ES. Could that be a potential inversion? I think the draw is still up at these data highs for sure. I could be wrong. You know, price could just dump from here, but I'd be surprised if we left these behind. That would still be my target if I was on an ES trade. We'll see though. Appreciate you being here, Stuffed. Appreciate that, man. Glad you made some money. How much data have you back tested? I back tested as much as was available through TradeZilla, which is back to like 2013, I think, is what their data goes back to. So I've done that on ES and on NQ. Strong push right there. Still orders up into the 20s and then low 30s. Took a long time, man. I've spent a lot of time. The education side of things is one of the, you need to, if you're new, that's where I recommend spending your focus. Yeah, 5-minute candle's choppy. Johnny, what's up? There you go, Everett. That's what I like to teach too, man. If you had to give an explanation to a boss at the end of the day exactly of why you took a trade that you took, it'll help you make better decision making, I think. Works for me at least. Asia's up there at around the 124 level on or on NQ. I'd like to see us just blow through that. Yeah, I do have a Discord, Marlon. It's in my bio. Taking trades on paper this week to work on my mental. I like that. I was being a little aggressive there. I said yesterday I don't like showing trades that I'm being a little aggressive on because then people signal bot me and I don't feel like it's a good example. So don't hate me for doing this, but I just took a little long there. I was trying to target that Asia high, but I got out because we got a strong rejection off that 25, 114 level. But I did pick up 1,000 on my 3 take profit accounts, 1,000 each. I added in, I can tell you exactly what I did here. I added in when I was long right here, and then when we pulled back again, I added in. And then when we went up here to this 216 or 215 level, I closed. Don't be mad at me. I was a little frustrated yesterday that people were signal botting me on that trade. I ended up causing them to lose some money, so. Nicholas, what's up, man? I'm glad I'd closed that trade too. I'm targeting specific levels using Bookmap, man. So I'm using very key levels according to where the orders are stacked up. You can see how we were continuously, let's see if I can do this without distorting it. We were continuously rejecting off of this level right here. So I got in right here. We came back and retouched it. This is where I added into the trade. And then I got out right up here. So if I had held the trade, we would be in pretty significant drawdown because I was in for 3 minis on that. And now we're going down. There's orders at 25.070, which would be down here. Maybe we just swept that. So that's the reason I don't. What even is Bookmap? It's a software that shows level 2 data. It's this stuff. So kind of just turning around here and without taking that data wick high. It's kind of weird. Here's the data wick high on ES. We did take it on NQ, obviously, off the open. Went above midnight and turned right back around. I didn't mark out the daily candle. Is that? Look at that daily candle from yesterday. That is ugly. Pushing back up now, potentially. I was 0.4 points away. That's a tick, man. That sucks. Use Trade-Evate. Trade-Evate to execute trades. Yeah, but my girlfriend was one of them, Zach. So I felt bad about that. And regardless of who it is, I don't want to set a bad example. And I don't feel like that was a bad example, but my style of trading isn't what I necessarily recommend to everybody. It takes some serious getting used to. I pay the monthly. Probably should just go ahead and get the lifetime. locked out on my take profit accounts. We'll switch over to the Lucid. Dumping here. Let's see. Yeah, this is interesting. I heard there's a 1 hour delay on the market. Is that true? I don't know. If you don't pay for live data, you get a 15-minute delay, but there's no 1 hour delay. That would really be crazy. I don't think anybody would be making any money. If I can get this account signed into in time, I might take this short because this is juicy looking on the book map. Might be the full move right there. Did you full port CPI? No, man, I don't do that. Little gap in price there for a second on my trading view. Do you use order flow? Yes. Interesting pullback there. Yeah, VWAP is down at 25.020 on my book map, and it's at 25.017 on TradingView. See what ES looks like here. ES still has room to the downside. I'm up 3,000 right now on just 3 accounts. I'm trading my 5 Lucid accounts now. I'm locked out on my take profit accounts. Wanted to get in on this short, but it's holding up here in the 40s. I don't know if it wants to break. Well, there's broke the 40s down into the 30s there. Might take a couldn't get in on that in time. If I had been able to sign into my account in time on that, it would have been ideal. Couldn't get in. Got in immediately, got out. Touched VWAP and rejected. Could still go lower though. Stuck in eval jail blowing accounts. It's a tough place, man. There's a psychological, I've been there. And it happens. Even if you've been profitable, you can sometimes fall into this cycle where your mind gets screwed up and you get stuck. CPI wasn't nice to me. Yo, you cracked me up yesterday, Tristan, when you came in and you said, what did I just walk into? Got cooked on that Apex eval. Strong orders above now, up to 25,050. Could just be a retest to people trying to get in here. That 050 level is where it broke loose earlier, so it could touch that and then go lower, or it could just absorb that and go higher. We'll see. It's either going to go up or down, guys. Very astute analysis. I use Bookmap. Yeah. Be ready. It's either going to go up or down here. There's 50. Just absorb that big sack of orders at 50. Pushed right through them. That's the bounce off the VWAP. I guarantee you it'll go sideways. JR, what's up, man? Bounce off the 15 is crazy. Yeah, VWAP too. I mean, that was dead on the VWAP. And then back down we go. I wish I'd gotten signed into my account in time to be able to get in on that long, man. That was juicy. Bookmap was just clear as day to the downside right there. Couldn't, for some reason, it was taking forever for it to sign in. Well, I think a PA the last 2 weeks, there's been some good moves. If you're trading strictly ICT, it's probably been difficult. But for me, having kind of a hybrid strategy, you know, leaning so heavily on order flow, I've had some days that have just been killer, man. I mean, we had that $10,000 day last week. Oops, signed into the wrong one. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely been difficult for depending on your strategy. I mean, it's always going to be difficult to some degree, but there are days where it's just like there's just clean price action and it's just beautiful. There's orders at the VWAP again, 25,020. Both. I have only taken a couple trades on my live account this year because I had such a rough January. I put that on pause so I don't end up getting into some trouble with that. So I've been mainly focused on props, but I do have both. How long are you on today? Till 11. Why you go bald? You're gonna lose your trading powers. All the powers that I lose from the hair on top get amplified tenfold from the beard, man. Yeah, that's a good. I don't think that's bad. December and January, although I did pretty well in December this past year. November and December of this past year were my best months ever in trading. It's cool watching this. What's up, Eddie? I was watching you last night, man. Is that the same Eddie? No, it's a different Eddie. Wasn't watching you last night. Different Eddie. I'm not in a trade. Not in a trade. That's not a bad strategy, man. If you do, I know other traders that do that, man. They'll go on vacation from basically end of November until end of January. They'll go out of the country typically and just chill. If you do well enough during the year, there's no reason not to do that. Dude, Theo is hilarious. He's got some of the most wild quotes, dude. He had Rogan cracking up. Wasn't it Rogan he said that on? Caleb, what's up, man? Exactly, dude. It is all about freedom. Does PA usually go like this after CPI? It depends. That was not a normal CPI. That move was only a 67-point move, and then it came basically right back down. That was not a normal CPI. Typically, you'll get a really strong move in one direction, way more than 60 points, and it'll continue, and then you'll get a pullback, and then a continuation. So, any tips on the passive eval? Slow and steady, man. Follow your rules. Don't focus on the dollar signs or the P&L. Focus on executing a strategy that you know works, or that you've developed that is working, and take it slow and easy. There's no rush. I did not take CPI. No, I didn't trade that. I'd love to just flip a switch in my brain. Yeah, I wish life worked like that, man. I'd love to flip a switch and be able to speak any language. But the only way you can do it is just showing up every day and forcing yourself to learn. Discipline. Strong move up here. Orders at 25,100, just absorb those. A bunch of orders up in the 20s and the 30s, but we rejected off this level prior, so we'll see if this turns around here again. We made it to 24,115 or 114 before and then rejected, so we're almost back up at the swing point where we rejected before. See if we break loose of that. Do you have another job? No. Bro, not trying to glaze, but you're a good mentor. I appreciate that, man. I don't know that I would call myself a mentor, but I appreciate that. This is a 2-minute right here. I think we could just see a massive move right through these 20s. Could be wrong, but I could just see just a wick almost, just like a power wick right through the 20s of this level. Sweep that Asia high. I appreciate that, Aaron. How would I be able to pay for Bookmap? Hopefully you got some money, man. They take credit cards. You could sell a kidney. Eddie, you got to go off of your strategy, man. I don't do signals. I don't tell people what to do. I just try to provide as much information about what I'm seeing as possible. There's what I was just talking about. Could have just fed my family for a month if I had taken that. Only reason I didn't take that trade right there is because we had rejected cleanly off that level before, as you saw. I mean, this is just pumping, dude. Strong pullback here. Oh, go to the prop firm tab in my Discord, and you'll see it in there. You got to scroll up a little bit. It's the only Bookmap link in there. And you also still have to use the code CWT at checkout. How much is in the portfolio? In the personal capital, or just like total in prop firm capital? Yeah, that retest played out. Was anybody long targeting those Asia highs off the bounce off the VWAP? TP hit, there you go. ES swept that data wick high in London high. Quick turnaround rejection. See if this is just a retest for higher. Up 600, now off for the day. Very smart, man. Passed my first lucid with that long. Very nice, Bobby. Have to start leaving some runners. It's not a bad idea, but I don't. I usually just close the position. Probably leaving some gains on the table there, but I'm also minimizing the risk. I know when they're high bling. Look at this move back down. Sweep of those highs. Edged New York PM high from yesterday or whenever that was. Did you go to school for trading? I'm in school right now. No, I had no prereqs for trading. I'm in school right now for econ. Do you teach now? I mean, I do this, whatever you want to call this. Teach by example. There you go, Aaron. Love hearing that, man. What school would I recommend? Depends on what you want to study. What do you want to study? Out for 360, left a runner. Was targeting the New York high. Dude, we went right to that. That's so weird. Like, literally edged it right there. Could be headed right back to it, though. Orders, a stack of orders, 239 sell orders up at 25,200. School would you recommend for day trading? The school of YouTube. To be completely honest, you can learn way more for free on YouTube than you can paying. Now, if you're looking to learn from somebody who's setting an example for you, most of the information you're going to pay for is going to be something you can get for free. That's the truth of it. But if in terms of like psychology is the hardest part of trading, and if I think one of the best ways to get good at that is to watch somebody else's example and try to mimic what they do in terms of their psychology, when to sit on your hands, when to get active, things like that. The way to think about trading. I highly recommend PJ Trades, man. Highly recommend him. I can see it on the book map. You see it there at the top. 227, I think is what that says now. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. What's your view look like? Yeah, you can see that. Took the long in Asia highs. How often do you stream? I'm live every day, except for Thursdays. I have class on Thursdays. For some reason, something's telling me God brought me here. I think listening to the way you think about the market is going to help. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot, man. I'm glad you're here. I do my best to try to be helpful. Missed longs because I couldn't tell where the IFEG 1 minute was. I had to zoom out. It's all right, man. Trades are like buses. There'll be another one here soon. I do too. I like the lockout feature. I'm glad they implemented that. All right, Cam, have a good day, man. Appreciate you being here. What site gives you Bookmap? That's insane. It's a software you download from their website. You can go to their website, download it. You got to pay for it. It's about $100 a month all in for the data and for their for subscribing to their service. But you can get it directly from their website, and you got to have a computer that can run it. Yeah, I mean that's just we're not. I'm not targeting that. We need to see momentum in that direction for that to really matter. Those could be people that are just holding longs. They could be swing traders. They could be. I mean, it could be all sorts of different things, man. But there is a big stack of orders up there. Do you see yourself trading for the rest of your life? Absolutely, until I retire. Are you going to Miami for spring break? No, no, I'm not. Hang on one second. It's definitely worth it, Grant. It's definitely worth it. If you're talking about Bookmap. Yeah, I'll be here with you guys for spring break, man. I've seen that, Luis. Is it Luis? Is that how you say it? Yeah, I've heard that there's a free one on. I don't know how, I don't know how much delay there is or anything like that, and I don't know how long that'll be available because that is definitely in the contract that you're not allowed to do that. When should we get into the trade? I'd just be patient here, man. I'd just be really patient here. Also, you're more than welcome to take whatever trade you want. We're bouncing off the VWAP on the ES. I still think this does have room to the upside, but I could be completely wrong. The bottom could fall out of this. So, do you have a Lucy code? Yeah, I do. CWT. Holding the sell since yesterday morning. I hope it plays out for you, man. I appreciate the follow, Grant. Why do I keep getting stopped out by these long lows? Any suggestion? I'd be don't get back into a trade until you get clear direction. Appreciate that, Heather. Glad you're here. Long or short? I don't know, Harry. I was thinking about flipping a coin. No, we're just being patient. I don't know which way it wants to go, man. Better not fail or he gets my money. No. There you go, Dakota. How much buffer should I have before I request a payout? I have a 50K account. Which firm are you with? I don't rely. I mean, I pay attention to when there's an SMT, but I really don't. I don't give it as much weight as other people do. I like to leave about $1,000 of buffer, including or on top of the buffer that they allow. But you can do what you want, man. That 1,000 is a lot to leave on the table, but I like to do it just because you never know when you're going to have a really rough day or something. You know, you can sit there and tell yourself that you don't tilt or you don't overtrade, but you could have a day where that just happens. I can tell you from experience, it happens when you least expect it. It's like your head jumps time is the way I describe it. Still bouncing off this VWAP right here. Why ES instead of NQ? I'm on NQ. I trade NQ. I'm just keeping an eye on ES at the moment. I use minis, Grant. Bought 3 Lucid accounts. Hey, there you go. Appreciate that, Karen. Thoughts on options? I'm trying to learn more about options. I'm very unfamiliar. I mean, I get the general idea. I'm in the process of learning more, though, because I think it's a good way to hedge your trading. I agree with that, Tyrone. Agree with that completely, man. Tristan trades a lot with Alpha Futures. I don't know if you've seen him in here, but he trades with them a lot. I haven't really traded with them a lot. I have one account with them right now. Yeah, he's there in the chat. So he'd be one to ask about that. Just as a general rule, though, I like to leave a good size buffer between payouts. Early on, when I started taking payouts, I'd take max payouts and just pull all of my money out, and then all I would have left is the buffer that they give you, and that isn't always enough. And it's easier to leave money in the account and not withdraw it than it is to blow the account, get an eval, build it all back up, and start over. Does it help to be quick when deciding to get in? Not necessarily. I mean, obviously you don't want to, the way that I approach it is I'd rather have a late entry than enter early and be wrong. I'd rather have a late entry and be right than an early entry and be wrong. That's the way I kind of approach it. Might not have enough margin to trade futures. I know with like what used to be called Thinkorswim, I don't know if they're still called that, but you had to have at least something like 25,000 or something like that to be able to do futures. I don't know if that's still a thing, but you need to have enough to cover the margin. I hold to key levels that I see on the book map. They typically coincide with, session highs or lows, but not always. It's still a thing, yeah. Yeah, most firms require you to have a minimum like that because the margins. Hard to tell what this wants to do here. Yeah, I'm with you, Kyle. It's right there on it. Didn't touch it. PJ trades. Depends on the style you want to learn, JR. But you got to find one that kind of makes sense to you, that is clear for you to identify and replicate. There's a strategy called ICT. It gets a lot of hate, but there's a lot of people who make a lot of money from it. There's also supply and demand. There's trend lines, order flow, momentum, supply and demand. There's all different kinds of strategies, and you can find different people that teach those different strategies. Is this full time for you? Yeah. I'm in college still. I'm in second semester junior year currently. Bet you lost your hair trying to day trade. It's funny enough, that is when it started. I have hair. I just shave it. It's a little thin here on the in this area, but I still have hair. Full head of it. You can kind of see it shining off the light there. Definitely thinner than it used to be, though. Standard deviations are a good tool. This is the dude who brings up Mexicans a lot still pop up in here. Yeah, he does. He hasn't asked in a while, though. Are you trading right now? I'm waiting for a setup. Waiting for something to tell me what to do. Right now, this is kind of just, it's acting like it wants to go lower, but we keep getting these strong pullbacks. It's a little wicky. So, not interested right now. I know hair came from lack thereof. I do have hairs all over my head. Now, how thick they are in some places is up for debate. Yeah, there's only so much hair to go around. It's not Christian's turn to use it at the moment. Streams from the tunnels. How old are you? Just turned 33. You got the Dr. Phil style, Zach? My dad has the same. When did you start trading? Going on 5 years ago, man. I think actually I need to look back when I actually did start. I think it is 5 years from January. Keep it buzzed, yeah. Somebody said Johnny Sins. What were you doing before? I've done a lot of different things, man. I was a mechanic for about 6 years. Before that, I did landscaping, done framing, a lot of different blue-collar jobs. I worked for a law firm most recently for a while, for about 3 years, doing, as a legal analyst, doing mergers and acquisitions. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that repost. Glad you're here. Pushing back down to this rejection point again. They're just consolidating right now. I'd just be super patient. If you haven't already taken a trade and you're not green, if you're green, I'd hop off. But if you haven't taken a trade, just sit on your hands. Murders and executions. Do I execute live? Yeah, I do. Long or short? Right now, sit on your hands, man. I don't recommend taking one either way at the moment. I appreciate that repost. Whew. Coffee's wearing off. I need this to do something, to get out of this area. Did a lot of pillaging on the longboat. Poke it with a stick, Malice. P&L for the day, up on 3 take profit accounts, up 1,035 in one and 910 in the other two. A little bit of slippage. Should have been 1,000 in each, but right at basically 1,000 in each. Yeah, good job, King. That's a win right there, man. That's a victory in and of itself. You didn't FOMO. You didn't even, you had an eye on something and you missed it and went away without you. To me, that's a win. I was targeting the longs. I can't even remember where my entry was, but I took a long up to 25,115. Right? Isn't that what I did? It was something like that. I guess I could look and see what my exact entry and exit were. We got a pullback and I added into it and then it hit my level. It was up here. It was right here. I entered here-ish, went up, got a pullback, added, and then got out right here. You made almost what I make in a month in seconds. It's crazy to think about. Strong, oh man, that liquidity just stacked so fast and got absorbed to the downside there. Dang, sorry, here it is. That was just a bookmap, just, dang. No P&L, you wanna see it? Why would I, that's not even like a lot of money to lie about. If I was gonna lie about money, why would I not lie about more than that? Still pushing down here. See if it pushes through this VWAP. Bro, look at your name. You're not even gonna stay in here with a name like that. Keep an eye on this for a second. Boom. There's another 476.50 on the 5 Lucid accounts. Make sure there's nothing left on the chart because that's burned me so many times. That's why patience pays there, boys and girls. Patience pays. Still orders down lower here, potential. I mean, there's orders up to the VWAP also, so be careful. Coming in a little heavier now to the upside. There's a stack of limit orders at 2,500. It's targeting a liquidity. You can see this, I'll show you. You can see it on the book map. I was targeting this 2,500 level, but I had to stop just above it. You can see exactly where I got out was right here on this 25, where this line was. I got in on the pullback here, got out right there. And it's gonna dump a little lower now. 24,995, 24,990 area is where there's more orders stacking now. You can see that down there. That was only one. It was one mini on that. Does anyone tell you that you look like Ryan Russillo? I'm not sure who that is. Look at that, just moved right through those levels. Just beautiful. Gets me excited when Bookmap is doing what it's supposed to do like that. Just clean absorption. Nice move. Very nice move. Snagged a quick 100, boom. Blew my count, but today's PA was worth more than the prop count. If you learned something, that is something to take away. Mimi, market opened, it's 10:30 Eastern time right now, so because of daylight savings time. How many trades do you take on average per week? I like to only take a couple a day if there's a presentation. Sometimes no trade at all on certain days. So it definitely varies, Jeffrey. Do you do videos explaining Bookmap? I just use liquidity VWAP PA for my strat. I do them on. I hold live sessions sometime on Saturdays. I haven't done that in a while because I hadn't had enough people interested to make it worth it. But there's basic concepts to Bookmap that are universal, but it's also one of those things that like you have to get in there and do yourself. The way I explain it, and this is a metaphor I always use. I'm sure whoever's in here has heard it. It's probably tired of hearing it, but it's kind of like a video game. I can sit there and explain the rules to a video game to you. Like Fortnite is the example I use. I can sit there and explain the concept of Fortnite or any battle royale, but to get good at it, you have to do it yourself. Like just knowing how it works or what the rules aren't going to automatically make you a good player. So it's one of those deals you got to use and get comfortable with, really understand in terms of how it moves, and then you can start to you can make a lot of money trading with Bookmap, man. Even if you're just using it as an added confluence to combine with whatever strategy you're already trading. Yeah, you have to trade for 5 days, $150 of profit or more each of the 5 days. How tall are you, Christian? I am 6'5". Probably also why I'm starting to lose my hair. The air's thinner up here. Not enough oxygen. It's the same with Top Step, yeah. Why funded and not your own funds? I have a personal capital account, Seville. But I got cooked in January on props and was trying to build back up. If you get cooked in props, you're most likely going to get cooked in personal capital as well. So I'm just preserving capital. I haven't been trading that just simply because I want to keep the money coming in from the prop firms right now. A lot of orders above us here, above the VWAP. So that's why. I use AMP, Nando. AMP's a good one. Clear Edge is a good one. There's several good firms out there. I like AMP, AMP. I like them. Do you help beginners? I'm so lost on this. I do. I do this, so this is as much help as I can do. I don't sell anything. I don't offer mentorships or anything like that. I highly recommend checking out YouTube. There's different YouTube pages you can check out depending on the strategy you're looking for. And that's where I recommend spending most of your time in terms of education. If somebody's offering to sell you something, most likely that information can be found for free on YouTube. You can take payouts daily above the buffer. So I'm in 150K accounts, and I'm trading the 150K accounts, and the buffer's 4,500. So anything above that 4,500, you can withdraw daily. My balance right now is 155, 250, 250. So I'm eligible to take a little over 700 and was that $750 or something? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to let it build. Are the U.S. regulated brokers? Yeah. Longs are so free. I'd be careful with that thinking, man. This is what you're looking at on Bookmap. I mean, you could be right, but that's a lot of orders to the downside. I would be hesitant to trade against what I'm seeing on Bookmap right there. Just absorbed some there in the low 80s. Still orders down to 70, 970, 24, 970. Did you catch any trades today? Yeah, I'm up 5,600. This is why I said careful. This is NASDAQ futures. Not above the daily drawdown, above the total buffer that you have. So if it's a 50K account, most of the time, the buffer requirement is equal to whatever your total drawdown is. So that's $2,000. So let's say it is a $50,000 account, you would need at least $52,100 to be able to take a withdrawal. Anything above that $52,100 is withdrawable. Absorb those orders in the 60s, and now we're rejecting right back. We'll see if the order book fills up more to the downside. Thinking liquidity sweep at 24,965. Well, looks like you just got it. Never mind, bro. I waited a little more and I just hit TP. Thanks for the tips for Bookmap. It had a lot of help. I appreciate that, King. What's your price prediction? I don't predict price. I don't predict anything, man. I don't like doing that. I like to see what price is wanting to do. I like for it to telegraph itself to me. Telegraph its next move. Like I just called that move from the upper 80s down to the 60s, what I was showing you. If I wasn't already up on the day, I would have taken that trade, targeting those lows, those orders that were stacked up to the downside. I would have been in and out. That's all I really need to do. I just need to get in and get out to take out those levels. Sometimes it's a super quick trade. It'll happen in seconds. I mean, I'm up $5,600 on the day, and I think the total time that I've sat in a trade has been like 30 seconds, like combined from the two trades I've taken. So I don't require a prediction. I just need to be able to see what's stacked up in the order book to be able to tell where it's going in the next couple seconds. Blake, you haven't been here then. I got cooked on an eval trade yesterday, lost $1,000. I've tried to do that, Nando, and it just, the only way I can do it is if I like make it half of the screen, like where half of the actual trading view is not visible. So I could do that if enough people wanted that. It just doesn't look as clean. The setup doesn't look as clean. Also, Blake, to give you a comment, I think the video I posted last night is tied into that. TikTok has warped people's perspective on the way trading is. Trading isn't constantly being in a trade, man. You should only be in 1 or 2 trades a day, really, if you're doing it right, and you should be off until the next day. So if you haven't seen me in a trade, that's because I don't sit here constantly taking trades, which is the way trading is supposed to be. It's not a video game that you're constantly supposed to be, active. The longer you stay exposed in the market, the more risk you have of losing money. What if on TradingView you got rid of the instruments on the right? I could do that, then it messes up the the TikTok view because you guys are going off of the same thing. I could try. I'll see what I can do to optimize it when I have time later today, Nando, because that has been something that people have asked, and I do want people who are over there on the tube to be able to utilize it as much as possible. Have you checked out Lucid? Yeah, I trade with them, man. I got 5 fundeds. That's the trade I just took a second ago. I'm up 476.50 on 5 Lucid fundeds right now. Are you Irish? No, I'm not. I'm German and Scottish. Got stopped out on my short. Solid beard, bro. Hey, appreciate that, man. Trump is German and Scottish. I heard he can play bagpipes now. Somebody's lying to you, JR. How old were you when you started? It was about 5 years ago, so I'd have been about 28. Do you like TJR? He's a funny dude. He is a funny dude. Very smart businessman, too. No, I've taken 2 trades. We're up 5,600. Is TJR your cousin? No relation that I'm aware of. What do you think of Mamba FX? Unfamiliar. Nando, I don't really. The only traders I know of besides PJ are I mean, there's a handful of people that I know of, but I don't spend a lot of time watching trading content. I have my own stuff that works for me, and I don't want to inadvertently be influenced by absorbing too much of other people's content. I'll watch some newer traders just to get an idea of what some, if I can see a guy streaming who's relatively new to trading and see what he's struggling with, I think it most likely is a common thing that a lot of people are struggling with. So I feel like I can learn how to potentially help people that watch my streams. But in terms of like watching other traders to, I try to absorb as little trading content as possible. You consider yourself a scalper? To an extent, yeah, I would definitely say that. What do you think of PJ's new car? It's sick, dude. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful car. Ferraris are just good-looking cars, man. That red that they do is so deep. It's like you can dip your hand right into it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I like your shirt. Hey, appreciate that. Yeah, Mando, it can it can definitely have some negative consequences. Z-List, what's up, man? Car do you drive? I drive a 1994 two-tone Ford Pinto. I've taken 2 trades, Brandon. Took that and that long right in here, I think it was. Yeah, in here somewhere. And took this short down to this line. Got in on this pullback right here. Just took it right down to that line. We're up 5,600. We're up 1,000 on 3 take profit accounts, and then 476 on 5 Lucid accounts, and 434 on 1 Tradeify account. Those should all be uniform. They should all be 476, but there's a little slippage with the copy trader. There you go. Very nice, man. Very nice. You trade ICT? I do if I see my specific ICT setup. I really rely on order flow, man. I mean, I heavily lean into order flow. Hey, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. Nice breaker. No sweep though. Really not. Didn't sweep any key level there. I am a book map man. Yep. Heavily leaning into the book map. There it is right there. Which copy trader do you use? I use TradeSyncer. Where'd you learn bookmap? I learned the majority of it from just using it, man. Yeah, it's a cheat code. Somebody said it's walls. It's hacking. I pay about a little over 100 a month for it. You can add different. I pay for the CME data, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange data. You can pay for different exchanges that have different instruments on it. It's just added cost though. A lot of orders stacked up to 25,065 now. Let's see, 60 is where I'd draw the line there potentially. Also an order down at 25,025 just popped in, and now another one at 020. So I'd be careful in this range. I'd wait until we start trading above the VWAP before I'd get interested. Barefoot Fridge Bandit. Day trading looks like a lot of fun. It's very mentally taxing. So it takes a long time to get good at it, to be able to even make any money. But once you get the hang of it, if it's something you just enjoy the process of, it's fun to do. Just absorb those orders at 25. More orders coming in lower now. Flashing. Can't tell if those are people getting in to go long or if those are people getting out because they're short. It's hard to tell. Luke is a very interesting book. You should look into the history of it. It's a very interesting book. I think it's one of the most. Luke was compiled by a guy who was commissioned. Well, it's there's different theories about Luke, but it's theorized. The most widely accepted theory is that book of Luke was written by a guy who was commissioned by a Roman elite to write about what went on with Jesus, and it was around the same time frame that he actually all the things actually happened with Jesus. So it's one of the most closely documented to the time where he was alive. And the guy who compiled Luke went around to the eyewitnesses of Jesus to compile the book. So I think the book of Luke is a very good book. We just absorbed those orders up at 55. Still some orders flashing, but they yanked that major order that was at 60. All right, Zach, take care, man. Have a good one. Congrats, Herb. Brother, I've blown 38 accounts today for the first time I did a 15K day. I'm still in shock. Slow and steady, man. Honestly, what I would say is it sounds like you're risking extremely heavy. If you're able to have a 15K day, how many accounts is that across? That's nice to have a day like that, but you want to be able to, consistent profitability is what you're looking for. So make sure that you're not oversizing, because that can definitely cause you to blow accounts easily. The name of the game with trading is consistency and playing defense. So nice. How fast can you make a trade? Like from the time that I decide to do one until it actually executes? Split second, man. I just got to click a button. One click of the button. Not even a pound of pressure with the booger hooker here. You want to see Bookmap? Make sure you're journaling, Kay, to figure out why that is. There's something different that you're doing, whether it's psychologically or actual execution, but figure out exactly what it is that's causing that and try to make the corrections needed. Journaling is a good way to do that. I highly recommend journaling. Greed kills most traders. Speaking from experience, absolutely, man. Same with getting out. I can click the button and get out very quickly. Once it clicks, it almost feels illegal trading. There's still some struggles, man. It never is easy. The human psychology is our natural instincts are so opposed to what it takes to be successful with trading. You know, our natural instincts tell us that more trades equals more profits, that we need to click the button. We got to prove that we're right, you know, even if that's not a conscious thought. So if you can master your psychology, you can master the way your mind works, you can definitely find success with trading. Bro, trading solar systems. The way Bookmap works, you see this stuff flashing. Those are people throwing orders into the market, trying to fish price higher, trying to get in, or get out and trying to take profit. But these are liquidity levels, and as you know, price is attracted to liquidity. It's attracted to where the orders are stacked. So these bubbles, they're volume bubbles. The bigger they are, the more volume there is at that level being placed, market orders being placed. It shows you the aggression, whether buyers or sellers are in control. And the theory is that price is wanting to go to these higher, right now, wanting to go to these higher levels. You could have a pullback to this 40 for somebody trying to get in. But right now it looks like the target is these 60s. It's amazing to me how many people are unfamiliar with Bookmap. This should be, for anyone who's been trading for any extended period of time, this should definitely be in your arsenal of tools. Now you can see orders flashing at the VWAP down here, trying to pull price back down. People trying to get in. Could be either. Okay, it could be either. Could be people trying to get in, people trying to get out. But either way, there are orders stacked there. So price tends to be attracted to those levels. How do I use it with TradingView? It's a separate software, so you can't like integrate it into TradingView. I have multiple monitors here. For anyone who's ever seen my setup, I got a main monitor where I keep my bookmap, or not bookmap, I keep TradingView and I keep Trade of 8 open. Then I have bookmap on another monitor, and then I have you guys over here on another monitor. Is there a delay on bookmap? No, not if you pay for live data. Bro, I just love love to look at your streams last week's months and just saw the beautiful video. Felipe, I appreciate that, man. You advise a good short setup? I don't see one right now, man. I also don't really do that. I don't like to, I mean, I like people to, the biggest reason I stream is so that people can learn discipline and psychological, the way I approach the chart psychologically. I feel like that is the hardest thing for most traders, and it is the most important thing. How's your day going? Because I just blew 4 XFAs for that CPI move. That's rough, dude. My day's going well. I cannot complain. I hate that for you, though. I'm going to take my W and walk away. There you go, Missy. Have a great day. We'll see you on Friday. Glad you had a nice win. You should give private classes to a set of students. But then I'd have to charge, man, and I don't want to have to do that. Yeah, CPI was weird. If you were long, and you you probably got, I mean, I know, I'm sure this is what happened. It tapped you in and then immediately rejected. And you were probably anticipating a tap in this area and it to go higher. So that's rough. Every time I get into a trade, it'll quickly stop me out and then continue the way I thought. Set your stops too tight. And if you're doing that, most likely you're either oversized or you need to just work on allowing your trades to breathe. What's your sizing look like, Christy? Yeah, I took a couple trades. We're up 5,600. Any advice? Don't trade CPI. I've learned that it's not worth it. I have tight stops because I'm scared. Well, stop being scared. Lower your sizing down to 1 micro if you have to. Whatever sizing will allow you not to be scared. And you need to use market structure, or what I use bookmap. PJ did not say CPI is okay. If you're talking about the video he posted, I saw that video. He was not saying it's okay, and he wasn't talking to. It's not okay. I would disagree with him if he did say that. But if you're referencing the video that I think you're referencing, that's not the gist of that video. Christy, you need to use market structure for your stops. So swing points. Like if you were long here, I would have had stops below this swing. Swing points are really key levels for stops. You can use candle wicks. So like if you were long here, you could have your stop below this 5-minute candle. But you need structure of some sort to set your stops. Doing just a fixed dollar amount to me is not the best way to set stops. Ballast, 480 is a great day. That's a great day. I'm up 470, so I'm right there with you. 476.50 on those other accounts. That's a great day. Sean, have a good one. Burritos on me. Dude, I want a burrito. Keep talking about them. I want one. Order stacked up to 90 now. Please? I say please, Dennis. We use manners around here. Hedging my TP. Are you live every day? I'm live every day except Thursdays. I have class at 8 a.m. on Thursdays, so it's just tough for me to rush back here and jump into the live. So I'd rather just take Thursday off. What do you call this style of trading? I mean, it's ICT combined with order flow. But this is day in the general sense. This is day trading. Pretty please. Thank you. It's a busy business class, 8 a.m. I've watched some Mark Douglas, yeah. It's a business class, Jeffrey, 8 a.m. I'm in college still. Second semester of my junior year. You might need a haircut. You a professor? Nope. I'm an undergrad, man. I'm what they deem a non-traditional student. Johnny Sins, the professor. Yep, Nolan, that's pretty general. Yep, that's a correct general explanation. Long is when you think price is going to go up and you're going to sell it back at a higher level. Short is when you think it's going to go down and you're going to buy it back at a lower level. You make money in both scenarios. I appreciate that, Brandon. I appreciate you being here. I mean that. Made some shmoney. Revival. Is it Revival? Yeah. Revival's here. I did make some money. We're up 5,600. 476.50 on 5 Lucid accounts. 434 on 1 Tradeify account, and then 1,000 on 3 Take Profit accounts. You live in NY? Heck no. You want to see Bookmap again? Hey, Dennis, it's always, if you go to my Tube channel, I can't say the word because TikTok likes to shadow ban when I mention other platforms, but you know what I'm talking about. The username on there is Christian Trades Live. It's constantly showing on there. Shake the money tree, that's right. I'm doing pretty well, man. This month I'm doing pretty well. I think today's, let's see. Today puts us at, I'm not looking for a trade. I'm done for the day. I'm locked out. Talking with you guys, man. I appreciate that, Revival. Appreciate you. C-Bum Bradley Martin equals Christian. Let's see here. We're over 30K on the month now, I think. We took a long right here. Yep, right here in this area on this pullback. Got out at this 914.50 level. And then we took this short. Got in on a piece of the short. All glory to God for sure, man. Quality over quantity for sure, man. So I only took 2 trades and I'm up $5,600. How do you get started with this? Take Profit Trader is a prop firm. So where I recommend starting is YouTube. A lot of these questions that you have can be answered on YouTube. I enjoy answering them and I don't mind. But I'm saying, you know, when I'm not live or you're going to have more questions, definitely check out YouTube and look into prop firms, but most importantly, look into strategies to develop. And then the order of operations is you spend a lot of time on YouTube identifying and honing in on a strategy that makes sense to you. Learn that strategy, take what you've learned, and then you're going to use it on paper. So when you sign up for, you can sign up for a subscription with TradingView, which is a charting website, tradingview.com. When you sign up with them, they'll give you a paper trading account. And so you can practice whatever strategy you've learned and honed in on via YouTube. And once you've done that for a couple of months and things are making sense to you and you're having positive results from whatever you've implemented, then that's when I would recommend potentially looking into getting a very cheap evaluation account with a prop firm. So that's kind of the order of operations I always recommend to people. What's my win rate? Currently it's at 68%. Profit factor 1.5, winning days 81%. And we're up 32,000 on the month with those statistics. Would be up 45,000 had I not shit the bed a couple times earlier. Which one would be the cheapest yet good? I think the Lucid account is one of the better ones for a brand new trader, because with the way that prop firms work, the way that the evaluations work is you have 30 days to pass or blow the account. Otherwise, it recharges you whatever you paid. But with Lucid, it's a one-time payment for the evaluation. It doesn't recharge you. So it doesn't cause you to have that in the back of your head where I got to rush and pass this or blow it by 30 days. You can just take it slow and steady, keep your sizing small, and just work on executing an effective strategy. Trade both. I have a live account with AMP, and I'm currently, for the past 2 months, really focused on milking these prop firms. I had a very, very rough January, so I kind of put the personal capital account on pause. That way I don't, blow any of that. I'm trying to preserve capital. There's plenty of time going forward to trade that. Yeah, Christy, that is a thing. I can understand that feeling. So, hopefully you pass that eval. But if not, definitely check out Lucid. The Lucid Flex plans are good, and it doesn't have a 30-day time limit, if you will. The entry cost is nothing, Nolan. I mean, to learn the majority of what you need to learn, it's free on YouTube. When you go to start paper trading, you're gonna want to pay. You pay for the live data. If you don't pay for live data, it's delayed 15 minutes, which really can throw you off. The live data costs about $7, and you need to also have a TradingView account, an essential plan. So all in for that, it's like right around $20 a month. So you can just, practice and learn for $20 a month, basically. All right, guys, I just realized it's 11:07. I hop off here at 11. So I'm going to go on. I got to make some more chicken, feed the beast. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all the follows, appreciate the gifts, appreciate the engagement. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys are green on the day. I don't recommend jumping into Bookmap until way later. Kind of can overcomplicate things and really make it more difficult than it needs to be to start. I hope that plays out for you, Gabe. Oh, it's longs right now. I thought you said in longs right now. Is longs right now crazy? It's a thin order book right here, man. The order book is thin at the moment, so could play out. ES has a lot of orders stacked to the downside. NQ is kind of just empty. So you guys have a good day. Thank you for being here. There's really no mentorship that I recommend, man. It's one of those things where you're going to have to jump in there and get your feet wet eventually and do it yourself. It took me a year to start being able to really rely on Bookmap and trust what I'm seeing to execute trades. Could be quicker for some people, but that's what it did. That's what it took me. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a good day. I'll be back on Friday. Remember, no lives on Thursday, so I'll be back Friday, 9 a.m. If you haven't dropped a follow, you're new, and you want to drop a follow, I'd appreciate that. We'll be back. We're live every day except Thursday. So appreciate you guys. Love you. Have a great day.